Howdy, cowpokes and wildcards. We are already at episode 9 of our Horrid Headstone Hill actual play, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And today we've got JD and JM joining us for the pre-show. And the pre-show will kick off here in just a few minutes. But until then, JD, tell us, where do we find our intrepid adventurers at the beginning of this episode? What have they been doing recently?
Well, let me tell you, JM knocked Sister May over the head for no reason.
That's not true.
There were reasons. You just don't like them.
That's right.
Okay,
I didn't say they were good reasons, but there are reasons.
Sister May has unfortunately been bloodied quite a bit in the last few episodes. But our posse is right now on their way. Well, we were trying to rescue Leslie and also Prospector Bob. Good news, Leslie kind of has a girlfriend that rescued him for us, which is great.
Yeah.
But we're still...
Leslie's got a girlfriend. Leslie's got a girlfriend.
Fully aware, riding into what we know as an ambush, or maybe not an ambush, but, a life-threatening situation, thanks to the surviving sons of Heaston, and also the local gangs and politics.
Yeah, politics are deadly. I mean, even in RPG games, guys. That's just the way it is. So
Yeah.
JM, are you surprised at how the posse has handled the challenges you've thrown at them so far?
A couple of times, yes. Usually the way Rook handles things. Our Harrowed is very direct, and that has sometimes worked out well, and sometimes that has blown up in their face. The fear level is rising because of the way Rook is Wickers is sort of moving through the area. He thinks it's the most direct path to get everything cleared, but the collateral damage is starting to pile up. They're actually heading into an area, earmuffs, JD. They're heading into a fear level 4 area.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? It's okay. The scale goes higher than 4, so
Yeah, bigger's better. That's just the way it is.
That's right. Yeah.
I think Rook is kind of going by like the motto, like, give a man a demon and you'll have adventures for a day. Turn him into the Manitou and there's just adventures for a lifetime.
There's adventures for life. Yeah.
Yes, that's...
I do like how Leslie has sort of become our Dudesel in distress.
Right, breaking the tropes. It's good.
That's
good.
right. Yeah.
I mean, did he plan on being useful? I don't know, but I mean, the fact that our nun has had to do some heavy lifting over the
That's
course
right.
of the show. Any big surprises on how your character's arc has gone so far for you, JD?
Yes, I am not used to playing a healer or support character at all. I like getting my hands on the problem up close and, choking. So this is way outside of my wheelhouse, and I have really enjoyed this stretch that it's, forced me to make, to kind of think of the more creative solutions and how I can either diffuse the situation or repair the situation.
Yeah.
And luckily my dice have helped out in the most critical moments in that area. So
how are you finding, so speaking of dice and the fact that they explode, how are you finding Savage Worlds?
I keep forgetting, but I'm always delighted when it happens. I love seeing the little tombstone on there, but now I have new dice.
Yes, I was going to say JD got me a new wildcard dice. I don't know if you can see this. It is actually a 6-shooter.
Oh,
with
cool.
the pips. The pips are the rounds left in the chamber, and so if the die comes up with full chambers, it's a 6. I'm like, I love this thing. It is now my new wild card die.
Wait. So, JD, did you go to GenCon too, or did you find these not? Okay, GenCon stories. Okay, so what was fun? What did you do? What did you buy? What besides the awesome dice? Do you remember who was the purveyor of the dice that are so awesome?
Oh goodness, I am drawing a blank right now.
That's okay. We'll put it in the show notes later. But yes, they're awesome dice.
You have to let Chris know.
Right?
I so many cool dice. So many. Really clever takes on things. So I will look it up. I will figure it out.
So what'd you do? Who'd you see? What'd you play?
I have to admit, this is my first Gen Con, so I did not know what I was doing.
That's okay too.
I mostly tooled around when I could the exhibitors hall, and we got to play a few games over the course of the half week. But I also got to spend some great time at the booth, and hanging out with some of our iconic people, and I'm just very excited about that. So
Nice. Did you meet? It was the first time in person for anyone?
yes, quite a few of our iconic people I hadn't met face to face. So it was really great to meet them face to face and get to know them personally and hear stories that you don't always share online. Just background stuff that was great.
No, it's weird. I mean, like, there's no real reason this needs to be the case, but it's totally the case. The best business is face to face. Even people that you have been working with, paying lots of money to each other, whatever, back and forth for years and years and years. Like, you want to sign the big deal? Go meet him at a convention and have a 10-minute chat. And doors will open. Things that you thought were stumbling blocks or wouldn't be allowed in a contract or something. Oh no, we think you guys are doing great. Blah blah blah. So Pinnacle had a great time at Gen Con with some really cool stuff that we'll be telling people later on. But it's great that you got to meet people in person. But it's just different. You actually get you get more vibe. You get it's cool. It's fun. So the let's see, JM. What was your best thing at Gen Con? What did you get to do besides work?
Besides work, I weirdly I've been wanting to play in a game of Hackmaster for the longest time because Hackmaster is from my hometown, the Kenzerco people, which is why I always resonated with their comics. I'm like, this feels like my game. Oh, it is my game store. So I got to play in a game of Hackmaster, but I think the best thing that happened was, so my favorite part about Gen Con in the pre-dark times was always making trades. Like, hey, I've got Torg. I want your book. How much Torg would it cost me to get your book? And I made exactly 0 trades this entire convention. And my son Zane comes up on the last day with this guy walking with him, because we let my son, he's older now. We're like, all right, as long as you stay in the convention hall, you know how to get back to the booth. So he was exploring and taking us all these cool places. He's like, Dad, this guy said that I can trade one of our products for a giant stuffy. Can I do that? And we were looking to get rid of a demo copy of one of the games. And I was like, do you want this demo copy of Aventuria? And he was like, sure. And I was like, done. And so my son made a trade. I was like,
he's one of us now.
He is one of us.
He's in the family business. He knows the trade secrets.
The other best part was we got to hang out with some of the Pelgrane people. And we went to breakfast with Rob Hainso, who does 13th Age. He did 4th edition D&D. And Zane was like, oh, can I sit by Mr. Rob? And we're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Rob was like, yeah, it's cool. And then proceeded to get design advice for a card game that he had just come up with. Like, he had pinned Rob against the wall.
He really is one of us.
He was. I was like, Rob looks at me, he's like, this is extortion. I'm like, why? He's like, I can't leave. And normally I charge consulting prices, but he's so cute, I can't not answer him. I'm like, well done, boy. Well done.
And you realize you agreed to be backer number 1 on Kickstarter when this launches, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So what other cool swag did you pick up, JD?
I got some amazing tea. I know that's really weird.
No, that's awesome.
Oh man, it's called Together Breakfast, and I haven't watched Steven Universe, but I guess it's from that. And it smells like maple syrup and popcorn, and it is it's so heavenly. Oh, it's so heavenly.
Yeah, I do like the technically non-gaming booths at conventions. People come up with such creative stuff, like the armorers, the people who make armor and stuff, and like chainmail dice bags, and then there's a local tea person who comes to the Colorado cons, and it's like they sell out every time. They're one of the first booths to sell out because like you walk by and you're like, wait a minute, what? That smells delicious.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for nerd tea.
Yeah. See, it's culture, right? We are cultured gamers. Everyone's all like, "Oh no, you're immature playing that Devil Worship." No, we have our own custom teas.
That's right. We roll our dice with our pinkies out.
Oh my God, we need to set up a company for that. Like,
that's
snob dice. So there was a recent Kickstarter. It was gorgeous, but like they're all hand painted, and they had over $1 million in sales and like thousands of sets. And I'm like, how are you gonna find all the people to? And apparently, one person they had on staff was like a professional porcelain painter who paints porcelain dishes, so they're very good at making lots of flowers very quickly. But I was just like, how long is that person going to be in the basement slaving away making the 1,000 set of dice you just sold because they're gorgeous? But it's not exactly scalable, you know. Like there's no automation for that. Like every single set of dice is hand painted. I didn't go in on it, but I was like, oh, jealous. Jealous. I did go in on like the flashy dice, the ones that have like the RFID chip, and like those will never come out. It'll be 3, 4, 5 more years, and I'll be like, oh look, these came. But yeah,
that's the best part about Kickstarter. It's sort of like I don't spoiler alerts, everyone. In the latest season of the Orville, one of the gags is they have a time machine at the start of the season, and one of the people sends a sandwich into the future. And when it arrives, you've completely forgotten the sandwich was coming. It's like Kickstarter. I turned to Trisha. I was like, it's like Kickstarter. When did I order this? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. What box is this?
Yes, right? And they're getting, I mean, that's the thing. If you're a gamer and you do board games, and like even our stuff now is like the boxes are bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's like, what is in this box? Is it a child? Is it a puppy? Is it a, like, you know, roll of sod? What is in this box? And like, oh yeah, I backed that 1.5 years ago. I don't remember 1.5 years ago. That was almost the before times. So
I did come back with a list though of games that I'm gonna be talking to my local game store about, because I love supporting them as well as supporting the new games that I'm interested in.
Chris knows Petrie's.
Oh yeah, I love Petrie's.
Yeah,
well, yeah, they're right up the street.
Yeah. True.
Awesome. That's the way to do it. So I always kind of wondered at the people who like bought a bunch of stuff at GenCon that is available at retail at their own home, and they don't have to do the whole like go outside the hall on the last day and wait in the line and ship all the stuff home. Like I'm kind of like, wait a minute, you can just buy it at your house. Like it's at retail. You can take a picture of it on your phone and remember, like you don't even have to have like handwriting. But I think some people just really relish the fact it's like their own little dungeon crawl. It's like, I made it to Indianapolis. I survived the parking ordeal. Now we get to raid. We get to raid the dungeon. So everything and anything that's cool, they will have.
You'll have to be there next year, Chris.
Yes. Oh no, definitely. We are. I am going to be there next year. Already in the works. So I think. I mean, this is early, but like. Peg is going to go big next year. We're going to do a Savage Saturday Night, hopefully, and hopefully get like at least a whole dedicated room for Game Masters. So if you want to run games for Gen Con 2023, shoot us an email at info@peginc.com, and we will get you into the Game Master core and get you all the info. And we're going to do it up big. So it'll be first in a while, because it'll be the 20th anniversary of Savage Worlds next year. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So before we got a couple minutes, the JD, what do you hope to do with your character in the remaining few episodes? Any life goals with your character that you haven't crossed off your bucket list yet?
I have to admit that I have had to really kind of tighten in my expectations because of just the dynamic of the characters. It shocks and surprises me every time. Like I didn't expect to have a theological discussion with a demon-possessed character last episode. That was
just the way it goes, and you got dice to back you up in case your game master is not 100% simulationist. So yeah, it's good. It's good. You can make rolls and try to be persuasive.
That's right.
So I don't know. My new current goal is to just get JM to give me 2 advancement points at the same time. That's it.
I want the big upgrade, sir. It's time.
Well, I will say there will be an advancement at the end of tonight's episode.
2?
Listen, if you spent the one I gave you last time, how is that my fault? You knew you needed 2 last time, JD.
I also am really hoping to figure out how to get an artifact, because I want a bulletproof Bible.
Ooh, that's tropey. I mean, right? Like, how many westerns does the Bible get shot and save the person? Like, right? And you see what page the bullet ended up on. You read the scripture that the bullet stopped on. That's prophetic, and that'd be cool. Yes, bulletproof Bible. Okay, so Peg says yes. If whether JM says yes or no, I don't know. But we'll, as much pressure as we can put on JM, we'll do it. So, JM, last question for you.
Yes.
What do you think's in store for these last couple episodes? What are you looking forward to reviewing for the players? Is there?
Well, I'm looking forward to tonight. Tonight's going to be episode 9, Staring Down the Sight. We're going to have
Good title.
Thank you. Basically, I spend the rest of the 7 days just trying to come up with the cool title for the next episode. Tonight we're going to see Ada hopefully either get her revenge or get to the point of getting her revenge. We're going to probably use a mishmash of quick encounters and deadly combat, which I like how Savage has that dial that I can just kind of speed up or slow down as I need to. So we're going to see Ada get some resolution here. And then really I'm looking forward to the showdown with the Aspen Grove.
Nice.
I have some very interesting plans for that.
Good. Yes. Insert maniacal laughter on the soundboard right here.
That's right.
And, right. So for everybody else, we're just going to roll right into the show. It is episode 9. So enjoy, guys. It's been wonderful so far, and we're looking forward to see what mischief and mayhem you guys create in the next few episodes, but definitely tonight. And JD, save the advancement so you can. Well, what are you going to buy? What do you want to buy with the 2 points?
I'm thinking that I need
artifact?
to spend a little bit of time getting my smarts a little bit higher, and also, raising up the requisite skills.
Sounds good. Good choices. So yes, save your points, spend them later. Unlike GenCon, where no one saves their money and spends it later, they just max out the credit cards.
That's right.
But now you are officially indoctrinated into the GenCon club, so you'll have to come next year, and we'll have another big, awesome RPG meetup. But until then, we will see you guys momentarily in costume at the episode. Episode 9, Horror at Headstone Hill begins now.